Planet Dolan.
From static electricity being love energy to a neighbor's fence being the Great Wall of China, the Planet Dolan crew reenacts some of the best true stories from our subreddit about the dumbest things we believed as kids. I'm Hellbent, and today I'll be your narrator. Number 10 was submitted by Rainbow Baby 63734. A lot of kids think clouds are made of cotton candy, but Animations had an even weirder explanation. She thought that all the clouds in the sky were specifically made inside factories. Every morning she'd see white smoke coming out of the tops of factories as she was driven to school. That's where she thought the clouds came from. She even once got into an argument with her teacher about it. Number 9 was submitted by dawsondall. When Tulip was a kid, his parents took him shopping every Sunday, but Tulip would always run off to his favorite stores. He loved everything about shopping, except the creepy mannequins they had in the clothing stores. Tulip's dad eventually got sick of him running off all the time, so he told Tulip that the mannequins were once bad children who run away from their parents. As punishment, they lost their faces and were frozen for the rest of their lives. This traumatized the hell out of Tulip, and he spent the next couple of years doing everything he was told. He continued to believe that mannequins were cursed children until he was 16, and even today they still creep him out. Number 8 was submitted by Mountain King 2941. When Gergak was 5 years old, he was a really fussy eater. He refused to eat any fruit, especially grapes. So Gergak's sister came up with a genius plan. She told him that there was a nerve in the back of his tongue that made everything taste like chocolate. As soon as Gergak heard this, he ran to the fridge looking for some food to test it out. The only thing they had in the house was Gergak's arch nemesis, grapes. He didn't want grapes, but he did want chocolate, so he reluctantly ate a grape. He immediately realized that his sister's chocolate nerve story was total bullshit! But he also discovered that grapes weren't that bad. He was too picky to try them before, but he quickly decided he liked them. Number 7 was submitted by xxbutterflybandigexx. When Honeybits was little, she overheard the phrase, "Don't waste your breath," and took it literally. She believed that everyone had a limited amount of air in their bodies and would die when it ran out. So Honeybits decided to be careful not to waste her breath. Her parents and teachers worried that she'd gotten really quiet, but Honeybits was just thinking that she wanted to prolong her own life. Number 6 was submitted by ArtificialCrab. In 2nd grade, Nixiom had a strange theory about static shocks. He thought that if you touched someone and they shocked you, it meant that they had a secret crush on you. He figured a shock was just love energy passing from person to person. One day, Nixiom's best friend passed by him and gave him a little shock of static electricity. Nixiom freaked out, thinking his friend had secret feelings for him. He spent half of recess carefully explaining to him that he just wanted to remain friends. His friend was obviously confused and had to explain to Nixiom that that was not how static shocks worked. Number 5 was submitted by EuphoricBrick. Sweet Commando's dad was very religious and took the no sex till marriage thing very seriously. He told Sweet Commando that if he ever kissed a girl before he was married, they would contract an STD and be dead in a week. He even said that the actors on TV had a special barrier that they put on their lips. Sweet Commando believed this until he was 13. That's how old he was when a girl surprised him and kissed him mid-conversation. Sweet Commando freaked out and told his older brother. His brother fell to the floor laughing before he told Sweet Commando the truth. Number 4 was submitted by ChucklesLikedDuckles. When Pandora was sick, she thought the entire planet Earth was just the things around her neighborhood. One time, she saw a house that she'd never seen before and thought,
"That must be that China place my parents are always talking about."
She thought the big fence around it was the Great Wall of China and that their swimming pool was the ocean. The owner of this house was overweight, so Pandora spent the next couple of years believing Chinese people were all fat men. Number 3 was submitted by TallGlassofShutUp. Dolan's always had some pretty crazy beliefs, but as a kid he actually thought cats and dogs were the same animal, just different genders. His family owned a male dog, so Dolan just assumed all dogs were males. He thought cats were so dainty that they had to be girls. He actually believed this for most of his childhood. In the end, Melissa had to sit him down and explain the difference. Number 2 was submitted by Captain Koala 654. When Pringle was little, he had a strange theory about how babies are made. He believed to create a new life, people had to do a bunch of weird stuff with the opposite gender. And they had to do it in this exact order or it wouldn't work. First, the man and the woman had to sit down and hug for exactly 5 seconds. They then had to get up, kiss each other, then lay back down and cover themselves with a yellow blanket. It had to be yellow, otherwise they'd just be wasting their time. After that, the man and woman had to go straight to sleep. When they woke up, they'd have their very own screaming newborn. What's the dumbest thing I believed as a kid? When I was 3 years old, I used to watch a lot of television. I even liked the commercials. They were big and epic and crazy things would happen all the time. One of the more over-the-top ones being the Kool-Aid Man. The kids would scream, "Hey, Kool-Aid!" and he'd come busting in. And even at that age, I know what would happen if I broke anything in the house. I would be regretting it for months on end. Not just from being grounded, but just from the ass beating I'd get. Also, I was kind of terrified by the Kool-Aid Man, so I never dare scream his name. Even though he never comes in when you scream it. I figured it out these days. Hey, Kool-Aid! Oh, yeah! Oh, Christ, get away! Stop, no! So as tempted as I was to scream, "Hey, Kool-Aid!" to test it out, I would never dare do it. Not just because the Kool-Aid Man was kind of fucking scary, but also I didn't want my parents to beat me anymore. That's a bit too real. Huge thanks for the folks over on our Planet Dolan subreddit for submitting their stories. We have another question for you. What's the most embarrassing things your parents have ever done? Let us know on the Reddit page linked below and you might be featured in a future countdown. And that's all I got for now. I gotta go fix my wall.